Hey, yo, Twitch say hi to YouTube, YouTube say hi to Twitch. Yeah, yeah. So we just won our match, right? The I am not a GM speed chess championship. We played Kostia, we won the match, right? So this is one of the craziest games we had here. I'm playing white. This is one of the crazy ones. Now we're gonna put all of them on there. So you guys can definitely watch it and catch the VODs from chess.com's YouTube, or just catching it from some of my games. But here, where this is a crazy game here, I mean, this one is absolutely bananas. Let's get into it, right? So here it is. Okay, this is a spectacular game. I go e4, he goes c5. This is a crazy c3 Sicilian for the kill, right? If you don't have my course right here, you can get it. I actually link it as well in the description on YouTube. But boom, here it is. That's my C3 Sicilian course. Lots of people, over a few hundred people have the C3 Sicilian course. So after this, right, this is, I went Smith Mora, but it transposed into C3 Sicilian for the kill. E5, knight d5, knight f3, e6, and takes, takes, and takes and d6. He was doing this line a lot, which transposed into many lines. I can play knight c3. I'm not the biggest fan because they like to liquidate a lot. After knight takes, pawn takes, knight takes c5, bishop d6 stuff. Not the most fun. You have to play strange, like knight c4, knight e3, bishop d3 castles. Very strange stuff to play. But I go with bishop d3. And if you know your stuff, you're going to play what Kostia does right here. I'm going to tell you, if you know your stuff, you're going to play what Kostia plays right here. Kostia knows his stuff. He takes on e5, I take back, and he goes with this move right here, knight b4. That's a big dog move from a big fella, right? They be over there training in that little dojo and stuff, right? So they be really out here training. So this is a good move, right? You know, but I spend a lot of time in the hyperbolic chamber with some other Jedi. So we come out on the other side and we play bishop b5 check, which is a very strong move, right? He goes bishop d7, which is a good move as well. And I back up, right? With the idea of saying that, yeah, okay, your bishop develops. You can go bishop c6, but I'm going to take on d8, and I guess the knight's cool. I play knight a3 and castle quickly. I could play that. I could also play bishop d2. I don't really want to trade queens, to be honest. I think actually when he did this, I started playing queen b3 because I just don't want to trade queens right now, to be honest. But bringing the bishop back is totally fine because there's no trade, and this is kind of misplaced on d7. So after the bishop e2 move, he goes bishop e7, trying to develop I castle. And then he goes bishop c6. This was a new move because I think he castled before. And I got a3 in and then bishop d3. And then queen e2, which is a transposition into c3 Sicilian into territory. c3 Sicil for the kill stuff that I have in my course. But with we go a3, bishop d3, queen e2, queen e4. And we just trying to make them every single time. Every literally single time. So, but he adjusted and he started playing bishop c6, which is different now. Because after queen takes d8, he can now take with the bishop. So he did adjust, and this is what happens: is you're a good player, you adjust, right? So thanks for getting that brain fuel. Appreciate you. So he adjusted. He literally adjusted bishop c6, right? So I go queen b3 because I'm like, no, I'm not trying to trade, like whatever. Like I'm not that active. My pieces aren't, especially like these. So why would I trade queens? So queen b3, he goes bishop d5. It makes it really weird right now. So I'm like, what the heck is going on? Cool. So let me hit him with another check, make it feel very weird for him. He goes back. I'm like, cool, I'll repeat, you know, whatever. Let's see what happens. They say always repeat. Then he makes a new move. So I'm like, perfect. Repeating worked there. He didn't go for a draw here. He said queen a5. So I pin him. Right, I like this bishop d2 move. a3 is a real threat. And he goes bishop d5. And this got strange. I go queen d1. He goes queen b6. And I'm like, what is going on? It feels like I actually have some initiative as I'm getting pieces out. I think his pieces feel a little strange. I do want to take this. He plays bishop c6. I go bishop e3. He goes queen a5. I'm like, what is this? Bro, this is weird. Like, this is a weird game right now. What's good, Canty? What's good, bro? Like, trying to decipher what was going on in this game right here. This was a very nuts game. This was not, there was a lot of crazy games with Kostia, but this one by far was one of the craziest ones because of all the tactics me and him saw. Like, I saw a lot of tactics. I see tactics. I eat, sleep, and breathe tactics. Like, you know what I mean? Last name tactics, right? Everything tactics. We know that, right? So, you know, I mean, he's like that too in a way, right? Because when you see what happens in this game, guys, this was absolutely nuts. I mean, it was bananas. So what happens, right? He goes queen a5. I go a3. I kick the knight. I'm like, yo, you got to get up out of here. So he goes back knight d5. And I had this in mind. I take. He takes back. I'm like, cool, perfect. Queen c2. Your queen looking crazy, bro. Like, you look ridiculous. How many times did you move your queen? Now, I know I move mine a lot too. But yours in the center and my rooks are connected. Like, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap, right? So he goes knight d7. I'm like, all right, whatever. Rook d1, queen e4. And then I blunder here, right? I blunder and bishop d3, but I didn't like queen g4. I didn't want to go queen d2 because I mean, I just didn't want that. I think queen c3. Why didn't I go queen c3? Interesting. Looking at it now, I don't understand why I didn't go queen c3. Maybe I was afraid of rook c8. But I did not go queen c3, which is the best move, I think. I went queen b3, which runs immediately into this right here. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? So I'm like, you know what? Okay, damage control. Right, you know what? Hey, you know, always look at the upside. Then I put the queen on c3. Like, come on, bro. Now I put the queen on c3. But then after takes. So now I got the bishop here. I'm not mad, right? You can't castle yet because the knight's hanging. Your queen in the middle of the street looking crazy, right? Rook d4. I mean, okay, look, I'm down in exchange, but you are looking crazy still. So I will see what happens. Queen c6, I go queen b3, a little sidestep. Now I don't have to worry about that weird stuff. And I also have bishop b5 with some very dangerous threats here. So he's in trouble. What does he go? a6. He sees a lot of things. I go knight d4. I just attack him. He goes queen d5, right? Because he's trying to trade off queens. And I said no queen trade, right? So he could capture, but he went queen e4. After queen e4, guys, this is where it got real. Who remembers this part, guys? Do you remember this? Who remembers what happened here? Do you remember what happened here? Yeah, queen d3. Oh, that probably would have saved the exchange, but actually, that's interesting. I think. Who remembers what happened here? Does queen d3 save the exchange? Yeah, it actually does. Queen d3 saves it, but I didn't want to save it, really. I was looking at queen c3. I guess actually I didn't see it either, but I looked at queen c3 and was like, oh, I'm still fine. Like, I mean, the bishops. In fact, getting rid of this bishop is an asset because this bishop's so annoying to me. And it actually was an asset. I got a great position. And then let's see what the chat says. It says, I do remember this. I do remember that. Yeah, this game went nuts. This game went nuts, right? This is nuts, right? This is where I play. Here it is, guys. Here's the move. If you missed it, I picked up the bishop and played bishop takes e6. Sheesh! Oh my goodness. I think we got a kingside attack along with the pawns. Yep. 100% correct. This was a big boy move, right? Shout out to my grandfather Tal and Uncle Nesmedinoff, right? Easily we take him right here, not even thinking twice. Sack first, think later. That's just what we say. So after take, pawn takes, knight takes e6, knight c7, knight g7, knight everything 7, right? It's looking like crazy over here. He goes queen e5, and I'm like, oh, I could go this way. I could go that way. I'm like, oh, this man gotta be. And it's always, when you got two options, you always pick the wrong one. Like, bruh, how do you always pick the wrong one? You know what I mean? Like, it's always like that. So, I mean, okay, not always, obviously, right? But, I mean, man, like, I picked the wrong one, bro. And I thought, like, I mean, what's the time? The time, let me see. Like, I thought for 10 seconds, which is a lot of time in the time that I have. 55 seconds. 10 seconds was a lot. And the move that wins is bishop d4, but it blocks the file. And I was like, I know I have knight takes g7, and I'm probably gonna have to back this up because I'm still down a rook right now. So I thought I had to get the rook back, but I'm still down a rook right now. So I'm like, no, this can't be right because if I take this, like if I'm wrong, I'm down a rook still. That's what I was saying. So I was like, all right, let me go bishop f4, bro. Like, let me refresh this, right? And let me go bishop f4. So knight takes. I go bishop f4, and right. Kostia played this immediately. This man played this move right here. Knight to c5. Oh my goodness. Bruh. This move is next level. He's actually winning after this move. It's completely winning. It's completely winning. Now, I go from, I'm completely winning right here. I'm actually winning right now. Like, I'm literally winning. By a lot. I'm literally winning right now. But I'm now losing after bishop f4. I saw that move line. What a find. Yeah, he fight knight c5, and I'm like, what is this? What is this? And I sat here and I looked at it. And I start breathing all weird. And I realized that this man found a move. That he out-tacticked the tactic, man. I was mad. I was like, man, you know what? Watch this. So I hit him. I'm like, all right, let's go then. So he takes back. So I'm down a full piece of rook. The whole thing gone. I'm down a rook. So I go here. He can't castle, right? Look at the time. 26 seconds. I got 21. So he goes rook d8, try to trade. Cool. Absolutely not. Keep him in the center. Then he goes rook d7. I go bishop g5, which is a super, absolute, gross, dumb blunder. He can just literally take it right now. He can take it. Bishop f8, rook f8, right? This is what happens in time trouble. This is what happens. I go h4. I mean, this was just straight up hanging. I go h4 and defend it. He takes king h2, queen f7. I'm done for, guys. I go queen e5, hoping for a little check. But then he plays h6, and I'm like, wait a second. Hold up. Everything you have is tied down. You don't have a run square. And with 16 seconds on the clock, right? It took me some time. I find a sequence, right? I play check. I take, right? And in fact, right here, you see it took me 10 seconds. Right here, I had 15.7. And I had to calculate it. And queen b7, queen check, 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 check. And it's a draw. It's a draw. It's a draw. It's an absolute draw. Somehow, some way, I got out of that. That was gross, bro. This was crazy. This was a crazy game from Kostia. Yeah, this was nuts. I mean, that boy found some moves. That boy found some moves. Pull your head, my guy. Pull your head. Like right here, okay, cool. I got the exchange. Only down 7 material. Exactly right. I'm only down a full rook out here. Only down a rook. This was great, right? Like, you know, Uncle Nesbadino, grandfather Tao, all hype, you know what I'm saying? Like, they like, yes, like, yeah, that's what's up. Then bishop f4, knight c5, oh my goodness. Bro, I did not see this. I couldn't find a move. And I can't find a move because black's actually winning. I mean, what a move. This is a all-star tactic move that he found. And what a shot. But I was able to wiggle away with the draw here. So, but at the end of the day, I did win the match, and I'm moving on to the I Am Not As GM Speed Chess Championship to the next round. So, yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we'll see you on the next video.